Salem is saying in this beautiful hadith, whoever testifies, man shahida, testifies. When you testify, you should know what you are testifying about, right? That's why, first of all, you should know what is the meaning of kalima. Some Muslim, if you ask him, what is the meaning of la ilaha illallah, he tells you, there is no God but Allah. Is this correct? There is no God but Allah. That's not the meaning that there is no God but God. Because there are many gods people worship. True or not? People, they have many false gods, right? They worship. So the true meaning of the kalima, la ilaha illallah, there is no true God or deity deserves or worthy of worship except Allah. That's the meaning of it. So the true God that you should worship and deserves to be worshipped is Allah only. Though there are many gods, small g, there are many objects worshipped, there are many deities worshipped. Are you following? People are worshipping idols, trees, many things, and say, this is my God, right? But who's the true God? Only one, and that's Allah. So the meaning of the kalima, la ilaha illallah, la ma'buda bihaqqin illallah. There is no true deity, there is no deity that deserves to be worshipped except Allah. This is the key word. Because I want you to understand one thing. The kalima itself, la ilaha illallah, two parts. La ilaha, there is no God. This is negation. This is what? Negation. You negate. Illallah, affirmation. So first of all, you negate, then you affirm. Which comes first? Negation. What does it mean? When I say there is no God, is this belief or disbelief? There is no God. Is it belief or disbelief? Disbelief. There is no God. Yes. So first of all, you have to disbelieve. Then you have to believe. Disbelieve in what? You disbelieve in anything that is worshipped. All the things that people are worshipped should be under your foot. You disbelieve in them. You have to disbelieve in anything that is worshipped besides Allah. And that is the meaning of Tawheed. You understand? You have to disbelieve in the Tawheed. So first of all, you disbelieve, then you believe. You disbelieve in all the false deities, then you believe in Allah. And that's where the Tawheed comes to the picture. The Tawheed can be only actualized, and you can only become Wahid if you negate and you affirm. Without negating affirmation itself, that will not make you a monotheist or a muwahhid. Are you following? For example, we'll take an example to explain this. I say, John is a clever student, bright student. Does this make John the only one who is bright or clever? Or maybe the another one is clever also? Is he unique? Tell me. No. Now, if I say John or Ali or Muhammad or any other name, the same thing, he's brilliant, this will not make him unique. If I say now, John is thick, okay, he's not smart, does this mean he's the only student who's not smart? See, in the first example, I say, John is a clever boy. This is what? Negative or positive statement? Positive statement. Now I'm saying he's not. I'm negating it. So in both cases, he's not unique, right? But if I say there is no brilliant students or smart students in this class except John, he becomes what? Unique. So the uniqueness of this singularity comes into being if there is a negation and affirmation. Are you following? So in the presence of the negation and the affirmation, the uniqueness or singularity takes place. Is this clear? So that's why in the kalima there is negation and affirmation, which means Allah unique. And that's why He's the only one that deserves the ibadah. Is this clear to everyone? Are you following? So that's why when you say La ilaha illallah, first of all you negate, then you affirm. You disbelieve in anything that is worshipped besides Allah, and you believe in Allah and Allah only. And therefore, that reason, the non-Muslims, the pagans, the idol worshippers at the time of the Prophet ﷺ did not say the kalima because they knew the meaning of it. Are you following? They knew the meaning of it. If I say La ilaha illallah, that this means I should not worship idols. Because the idol, does it deserve the worship? And regarding this meaning, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying, ذَلِكَ بِأَنَّ اللَّهَ هُوَ الْحَقِّ. Allah is the true, is the absolute truth, al-haq. وَأَنَّ مَا يَدْعُونَ مِن دُونِهِ. And whatever they call besides Him, هُوَ الْبَاطِل. It is batil, it is falsehood. Are you following? So now what's the meaning of La ilaha illallah? There is no deity worthy of worship but Allah. So it's not meaning there is no God but God. Are you following? Because when you say there is no God but God, that means, first of all, in reality there are many gods, people they worship. Number two, also there is a hidden meaning, very dangerous meaning. When you say there is no God but God, that means anything you worship is God. Are you following? Because when I say there is no God but God, that means anything you worship is God. And in that case, you become a pantheist. Are you following, brothers? So, but when you say there is no deity worthy of worship but Allah, you single out Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So here the Prophet ﷺ saying, Man shahida, whoever testifies, La ilaha illallah. Now we know the meaning of La ilaha illallah. No deity deserves to be worshipped. There is no God worthy of worship but Allah. Wahdahu la sharika lah, He has no partners. Wa anna Muhammadan abduhu wa rasuluh. And that Muhammad is His servant, His slave, and messenger. Some people, when they hear the word slave, it gives them, because the connotation, this word is associated with the slavery we know. They feel it's not a good word to be used. But in reality, the true freedom is only when you become a slave for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Because if you don't want to become a slave of Allah, you will be a slave of many things. Do you think you are free if you are not worshipping Allah? No. You are a slave. You are a slave for your own desires. You are a slave for the money. You are a slave for fame. Fame is your God. You want to become a star, okay? So you are a slave. The model is a slave. She cannot do whatever she wants. If she wants to eat her mother's dish, favorite dish, she cannot eat it because she will put on weight. So they are telling her, no, you have to maintain your figure. You are a slave. You listen to what they are saying. The footballer, don't you read a newspaper? Team so-and-so, player so-and-so, buying and selling? What is that? That is slavery. So if you want to become a free, real free man, worship Allah and Allah only. Otherwise you will be a slave, and a slave for many things. That's why Prophet Muhammad ﷺ said, وَيْلٌ تَعِسَ عَبْدُ الدِّينَارِ تَعِسَ عَبْدُ الْقَطِيفَ وَالْخَمِيصَ. Woe to him, the worship of the dirham and the worship of the dinar. So here the Prophet ﷺ is telling us that you say Abdullah wa Rasulullah. And this is very crucial, very important. You describe the Prophet ﷺ as Rasulullah and at the same time as his servant. These two words, they prevent us from going to the extreme. They stop us from going to an extreme. By saying he is Rasulullah, I have to say, whenever he tells me something, I hear and I obey. Because he is Rasulullah, so whatever he tells me, I accept it. Because he is Rasulullah. Sayyidina Abu Bakr as-Siddiq, when Abu Jahl told him, have you heard what your friend has told us today? He said, no. Because Sayyidina Abu Bakr was not present. He said, what did he tell you? He said, he told us he went last night to Jerusalem and came back. Sayyidina Abu Bakr said, did he say so? He said, yes. He said, he told you the truth. Sayyidina Abu Bakr had no problem because he is Rasulullah. Once you accept him as Rasulullah, whatever he says, you accept. Not like us today, many Muslims. You tell him the Prophet ﷺ said this. Why? Why? I'm not convinced. What? You're not convinced? Do you know the meaning of this word? Do you know what does that mean? This can take you out of Islam, because this contradicts your shahada, your testimony when you say he's Rasulullah. How you say he's Rasulullah and he tells you now and you say, I will not accept. My dear brothers and sisters and dear viewers, wherever you are, when you read the hadith of the Prophet ﷺ, imagine yourself standing in front of him. Will you ever dare to say, I will not accept what you are saying? You will never dare to such things. So what's the difference? Because he's not present, his sunnah is with us. So whenever you read the hadith of the Prophet ﷺ, imagine yourself, you are in front of him and he is commanding you. And this is the meaning of Muhammad Rasulullah. You have accepted him as Rasulullah ﷺ. My dear brothers and sisters, inshallah we'll be continuing chapter number 2 in the coming episode. Looking forward for that.